Hi, I'm Glenn. In this session, I'm going to show you how to create interview-based marketing videos that are authentic, interesting, valuable, and share-worthy. I won't be talking about things like cameras or lighting. Rather, I'll be concentrating on human-centered marketing, creating content that is honest and believable. Now, I've interviewed hundreds, if not thousands, of clients, employees, students, and others for marketing videos over the past 20 years. So I'm going to share a bunch of clips and tell you what I've learned and what works for me. So let's start by talking about what it means to be authentic. According to Merriam-Webster, authentic means worthy of acceptance or belief. As marketers, we all want our message to be worthy of acceptance or belief, right? But today, more than ever, people are sick of being sold to and marketed to. It's what social media marketing expert Mark Schaefer calls the third rebellion. I'm going to play a clip from a presentation that I saw that changed everything I think about the way I create marketing videos. Here's Mark Schaefer speaking at last year's amazing Social Media Marketing World Conference in San Diego.
Somebody asked me, Mark, you talk about this rebellion. What's going on with this rebellion? What's the purpose? There's always an endpoint to every rebellion. And I said, in my mind, the customers have just had it. They're tired of the robocalls. I mean, think about it. In medicine, we use technology to extend life. And in physics, we use technology to look into the origins of the universe. And in marketing, we use technology to find new ways to annoy people. And it just has to stop. And in my mind, the customers are at our door and they're holding up this sign that says, respect me. Respect my life. Respect my time. Respect my privacy. And you know what? That's all of us. And the first step you can take when you go home to move toward this human-centered marketing that will get you invited to that 2/3 is look what you're doing in your companies. And if you're doing stuff that people hate, stop it. Stop doing what people hate. Thank you.
Wow, I highly recommend Mark's book if you haven't read it. Now, Mark said human-centered marketing, and I think that's really about showing empathy. If you can deliver value, show empathy, and be respectful, you'll create followers, customers. When you create a testimonial video with a client, employee, or anyone else, tell the hero's story. Make it about them, not you or your product. Your customer's the hero, fighting to overcome obstacles to attain a goal. Your product is the tool he uses to accomplish that. The movie's about the trials and triumphs of Luke Skywalker, not the lightsaber. That would be boring. So let's look at some clips that illustrate the hero's story. These clips are from video meant to promote Gordian's job order contracting solution, or JOC for short, specifically to public housing agencies. In this case, the heroes are Chicago Housing Authority and the low-income Section 3 residents CHA is putting to work, changing their lives. It's not about JOC, it's about the human impact this program is having on people's lives. JOC is the lightsaber. Here's CHA Chief Operating Officer Jose Alvarez giving us a little background.
HUD wants you to put low-income people to work. They want you to prioritize on public housing residents and our folks that receive the Housing Choice Voucher subsidy. So creating opportunities like the Section 3 JOC program, it's crucial. As a matter of fact, last year alone, we've issued $80 million worth of work to the Section 3 JOC program.
And here's one of the contractors who are benefiting from CHA's program. A Gordian staffer shows up, but notice she's not the hero. She's the tool that helps him become a hero.
They helped me, they were patient with me. They helped me build my proposals, to be able to bid the projects properly. I was underbidding a lot of jobs. Now I have a real understanding of what I'm doing. I didn't have this before as a child.
It wasn't just helping him build a proposal, it was helping him with his business. It was questions like, how many guys are you gonna have? Well, I'm gonna have 5. Well, if you have 5, you're not gonna make money.
I started out with maybe 2 guys. Getting to tier 2, I hired another guy, and tier 3, another guy. And by the way, these 3 other guys are Section 3 residents. You see, it raises their self-esteem. They're learning skills that they can take with them for a lifetime.
Now, before we jump to the end, let's take a closer look at the relationship between Erica and Ricky, 2 people who were brought together by this program. And this is what I meant when I talked about showing empathy.
It's not just a job. You get so attached with the contractors. You know, you work with them, you see them. It's like family. We help each other out.
I'm just gonna tell the truth. Erica is an angel sent from heaven to me. If it wasn't for Erica, I wouldn't be here today.
I know what they go through. I know how it is to be there because I also worked for subcontractors starting from the bottom. And I feel it because it's like, oh my God, like I feel excited when they're happy about the program. And oh my God, I'm gonna cry because I'm just thinking about him, and he's grateful.
She's always there. That is huge. When you're talking about a system so big, why would she give me that much of her time? That's what Erica means to me.
And finally, the wrap up with our heroes, CHA and Ricky.
We're putting people to work. That's what helps people change their lives.
It's a huge impact on my business, and it's a huge impact on my status in the community to be able to say that I have employees that come from my community working for me. Because of this program, I'm actually providing jobs for people to take care of their families. That's huge to me.
So how do you get those natural, authentic responses? It all begins by making your subject feel comfortable and safe, because almost everyone feels uncomfortable when you're pointing a camera at them and you're on the other side of it, especially when you have bright lights involved. So this is the way I begin almost all of my interviews. I explain exactly how it's going to work. So here's the way this is going to work, Debbie. I guess I should have told you before I started recording.
Yeah.
You're going to look at me.
Okay.
We're just going to have a conversation.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to you for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever we need to do, and
Okay.
I'll probably only use a minute of it. So there's
Perfect.
so there's
Get
no
the best
pressure.
minute of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to have you look at me, but every once in a while I'm going to look over at the camera and just make sure we're still recording and everything's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Next, I'll start asking questions that don't have anything to do with the topic at hand to put them at ease and learn more about who they are. I don't dive right in with the topic questions. I'll ask things like, where are you from? How long have you lived there? What brought you here? Do you have any hobbies? Then I'll slowly steer the conversation to the topic at hand. First, I want to know about you.
Oh,
So, where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I actually live in Lake County, east of the city, but Willoughby Hills.
And where are you from?
I am from Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin. That you grew up there?
Uh-huh.
Where in Wisconsin?
I grew up between Green Bay and Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
Packer tickets
So did you move to San Francisco from Wisconsin?
from Milwaukee, yep.
Oh, wow. That's a nice move.
Yeah, it's turned out well. That was over 20 years ago.
That was going to be my next question.
Yep.
Over 20 years ago. So how long have you worked for ABD Insurance and Financial Services?
I have been at ABD Insurance and Financial Services for 6 years, and the company is only 7 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then, when I do move the discussion to the main topic, I still try to keep it about them. So I might ask, you must face a lot of challenges in your role. Can you tell me about some of them? So how do you overcome those challenges? Is that why you chose to partner with company ABC? And how did that help you overcome those challenges? After I get some conversation about their experience with the product, I'll always steer the conversation back to them. I'll ask things like, can you tell me about a time you really felt like you made an impact? And how did that make you feel? And I always try to end on a high note with some humor, because I'm looking for some B-roll, and more specifically, a big natural smile that I can use as a thumbnail image. The most common technique I use, and I hate giving this away, but it's this. Okay, so I was actually not recording, so we're going to do this.
No. You cracked me up. I'm out of here.
Wait. You guys still got the mic on. Okay. Great. Thank you, Mamie. Just
Thank
stay
you.
seated. Stay seated. Oh shoot, I didn't record. I had it. I'm kidding. That was a great interview. Okay, so I didn't have it recording. So
We're batting 10 for 10.
And here's the thumbnail image that I used from that clip. So this is a good segue now into using humor. I'm not talking about skits or jokes or setups, but real people having fun. Something that makes us smile and want to be part of it. People laugh and smile when they watch others laughing and smiling. So I catch a bunch of B-roll of people just going about their day-to-day activities, having fun and laughing. I also keep the camera rolling and joke around with people while I'm interviewing or getting ready to interview them. Now normally these would be outtakes, but I love using this kind of stuff. And I like to emphasize that feeling of authenticity by being self-referential, acknowledging that yes, there is a camera here, we are shooting a video here, and we're having fun doing it. Now let's take a look at some of those outtakes, then I'll show you how I use them.
This might be bumpy. This might be bumpy, you know.
Really fine tooth comb. What the heck is that?
I like the Gordian. The Gordian, that just sounds so wrong. The Gordian.
I wish I had a drink, like a good drink.
Gloria Gaynor won the first and only ever Best Disco Record Grammy.
Okay, so those are the outtakes. Now here's how I use them. So tell me what you like about working at Gordian.
I like the Gordian. The Gordian, that just sounds so wrong.
This might be bumpy. This might be bumpy.
Really fine tooth comb. What the heck is that?
I want you to give me true answers. I won't use it.
Am I looking at you or am I looking at the camera?
Take one. Take one.
My name is Lauren Fields, and today is my 1-year anniversary with Gordian.
I heard you ask, what do you know about some of the people that you work with? And I know a lot.
I wish I had a drink, like a good drink.
I think of them as my little brothers and sisters, and I like to make sure that they feel unique and interesting and special and important.
We have people that just make us smile on a day-to-day.
Jane DeBra, she really takes care of her oral hygiene.
I don't think we've had one meeting here ever where we all haven't broken out in laughter at some point.
We used to have this game where you'd say, if you can fit this word into the campus tour in some way, like drinks are on me tonight. So today I said, Jane, if you can fit the word canoe into your conversation with Glenn, I'll buy you a coffee tomorrow.
We are in a canoe of happiness here.
And sure enough, Jane was canoeing.
It's a pleasure to come to work and see these people every day.
I will survive.
Now doesn't that look like a fun place to work? And it is. And it's real. It's not contrived. Now I'd like to talk about the importance of coverage. Coverage is about getting that all-important B-roll. That's the footage you need to cover all those cuts in your edit. That helps you tell the story and just makes it more interesting than watching talking heads. And I don't mean the band, because they are very interesting. Of course, you can go out and get locations pertinent to the story like you saw in the CHA clips. But sometimes you just don't have enough time. So I just shoot anything I can and don't worry about how pertinent it is. Here's an example where I just asked my talent if I could have 15 minutes or so to shoot some video of him in and around the office. If they have time, they almost always say yes, so don't be afraid to ask. And here's a client I shot at a conference. I spent the next hour just shooting her attending the conference, so I'd have that all-important B-roll. To me, coverage is about making sure that I get enough content to create multiple assets. So when I go on a shoot, I'm not just thinking about that one video, I'm thinking about multiple videos. Different stages of the funnel and other types of assets like blog posts, social media, customer quotes, trade show graphics, etc. So for example, from the CHA shoot, we've produced 7 different videos so far, as well as blog and social media posts. Those videos include a customer success story, which is a testimonial video, an interview with Jose Alvarez, a thought leadership piece that's part of our executive interview series. A teaser meant to promote that same interview, in which we used an email and social posts. A video aimed at attracting contractors to job order contracting. A presentation video for a National Career Development Association conference. A video that accompanied an employee spotlight blog post about Erica. And a video of customer quotes for our trade show booth. So you can get a lot of mileage out of a good shoot, and I recommend thinking about all those uses while you're still in the planning stages to ensure that you get the coverage you need. Finally, gear. Now I hope you won't be disappointed here if I don't go into detail about the gear I use, because my message here is don't worry about it. Buy what you can afford, use what you have, and make it work. I have some nice gear, but I don't sweat it when I have to use cell phone footage or webcam footage or worse, because it's all about the message and conveying it in a creative, interesting way. In these final clips, I'm going to show you some excerpts from 2 videos I created using recorded Skype interviews with crappy webcams, crappy mics, crappy cell phone video, and even old VHS tapes.
Okay, Chris, I only have 10 seconds to say what I want to say, and it's going to take more than that.
So, Chris, apparently we're doing a video to wish you a happy retirement.
Hey, hon, who is this video for?
Chris.
Chris who?
Chris Bowman.
And how do I know Chris Bowman?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Was she one of the new employees?
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I heard you were retiring.
She was that one that started talking about retirement like the second day she was at work.
In my spare time, I like to play music. I do play mostly sax and guitar. I haven't had a lot of time lately, but I just built a stage in my basement with 3 guitar rigs, 2 bass rigs, electronic drums, and I think I have 4 PAs down there. Playing in a band called Wyatt a number of years ago. We were getting ready to do a couple shows, and the lead singer actually worked for Kramer Productions here in Massachusetts, and we had the ability to use their soundstage to do a dress rehearsals. So they actually shot some video of us, and we were lucky enough to be featured in a pilot for VH1 called Living the Dream.
All the players are great in the band. I think they're all of a professional level. You can start with Joe Kelby, who's our guitar saxophone player. We call him 7-Kid Joe because he has 7 children.
We're not selling out. We have something that we love, and we're going to follow our dream that way and, play by our own rules as much as possible.
Have a great day.
Now, if you really want some advice on gear, or want to know what I use, or have questions or comments about anything I've said here, I highly encourage you to please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with you offline or online. So let me just wrap it up by making a few recommendations for the next interview-based marketing video you create. Whether the video is about you, your company, your product, or an industry trend, start by thinking about the human connection, or the impact the topic has on the people you're interviewing, your talent. Think of all the different ways you'll be able to use that content and plan to get as much coverage as possible. Make your talent comfortable by asking low-pressure, conversational leading questions. Make most of your conversation about them, not you or your product, and try to tell the hero story whenever possible. Keep the camera rolling. Be funny, think creatively. If you use these techniques, these are the kind of honest responses your customers will give when people ask them about your company or product.
I couldn't have gotten through a couple of these big projects without them. There's absolutely no way.
They are the only way that we can do many of the things that we need to do on the construction side.
Well, I wouldn't know what to do without it, to tell you the truth.
I would say don't think twice and pick up that phone and call.
And I couldn't have done it without them.
Sometimes you don't work just to get your paycheck. You work really hard because you want their approval. You want them to say, what an amazing job you did. At least it has been that way for me.
Good. That's the end of the interview.
We have to do it again.
Why?
I forgot to hit the record.
Are you you're scared? You did it to me, didn't you? Thanks for watching. Have a great day.